Hello everyone, this is Professor Harshada Raithe and today we are going to see topic intellectual property rights. Let us begin with its introduction. Intellectual property deals with any basic construction of human intelligence such as artistic, literary, technical or scientific constructions. IP rights include trade secrets, utility models, patents, trademarks, geographical indications, industrial design, layout design of integrated circuits, copyright and related and new varieties of plants. Intellectual property rights refers to the legal rights granted to the inventor or manufacturer to protect their invention or manufactured product. These legal rights confer an exclusive right on the inventor or manufacturer or its operator who makes full use of its or invention or product for limited period of time. In other words, we can say that the legal rights prohibit all the others from using intellectual property for commercial purposes without the prior consent of the IP right holder. There are many types of intellectual property protection. A patent is a recognition for an invention that satisfies the criteria of global innovation and industrial application. Patent is one of them. IPR is essential for better identification, planning, commercialization, rendering and thus the preservation of inventions or creativity. Each industry should develop its specialty based on its IPR policies, management style, strategies and so on. Currently, the pharmaceutical industry has an emerging IPR strategy which needs better focus and outlook in coming areas. IPR is a strong tool to protect the investment, time, money and effort invested by the inventor or creator of the IP, as it gives the inventor or creator an exclusive right for a certain period of time for the use of its invention or creation. Now let us understand the meaning of intellectual property. Intellectual property can be defined as inventions of minds, innovations, literary and artistic work, symbols, names and images used in comics. The objective of intellectual property protection is to encourage the creativity of the human mind for the benefit of all and to ensure that benefit arises from exploiting a creation benefit the creator. This will encourage creative activity and give investor a reasonable return on their investment in research and development. Intellectual property empowers individuals, enterprises or other entities to exclude others from the use of their creation without their consent. With this much of understanding of intellectual property, one must understand the nature of intellectual property. Let us understand first of all, intangible rights over tangible property. The main property that distinguishes IP from other forms of property is its intangibility. While there are many important differences between different forms of IP, one factor they share is that they establish property protection over intangible things such as ideas, innovations, science and information, whereas intangible assets and close relationships are a tangible object in which they are embedded. It allows creator or owner to benefit from their work when they are used commercially. The second nature of intellectual property is right to sue. In the language of law, IP is an asset that can be owned and dealt with. Most forms of IP are contested in rights of action that are enforced only by legal actions and by those who have rights. IP is a property right and can therefore be inherited, brought, gifted, sold, licensed, entrusted or pledged. The holder of an IPR owner has a type of property that he can use the way he likes subject to certain conditions and take legal actions against the person who without his consent used his invention and can receive compensation against real property. Next is rights and duties. IP gives rise not only to the property rights but also duties. The owner of the IP has the right to perform certain functions in relation to his work or product. He has the exclusive right to the product, the work, make copies of work, market work, etc. There is also a negative right to prevent third parties from exercising their statutory rights. Next is coexistence of different rights. Different types of IPRs can coexist in their relation to a particular function. For example, an invention may be patent and the invention photograph may be copyrighted. A design can be protected under Design Act and design can also be incorporated into trademark. There are many similarities and difference between the various rights that can exist together in IP. For example, there are common grounds between patent and industrial design. Copyright and neighboring rights, trademarks and geographical indications and so on. Some intellectual property rights are positive rights and the rest of them are negative rights. One of the nature which we are going to discuss is exhaustion of rights. Intellectual property rights are generally subject to the doctrine of exhaustion. Exhaustion basically means that after the first sale by the right holder or by its exhaustion authority, his right ceases and he is not entitled to stop further movement of the goods. Thus, once IP right holder has sold the physical product to which IPR are attached, it cannot prevent subsequent resale of that product. The right terminates with the first consent. This principle is based on the concept of free movement of goods, which is forced by consent or right of the right holder. The exclusive right to the sales good cannot be exercised twice in relation to the same good. The right to restrict the further movements has expired as the right holder has already earned his share by the act of placing goods for the first sales in the market. Next nature of the intellectual property is dynamism. IPR is in the process of continuous development. A technology is rapidly evolving in all areas of human activities. The field of IP is also growing. As per the requirement of scientific and technological progress, new items are being expanded and added to the scope of IPR. Some of them are also preserved. Biopatent, software copyright, plant diversity protection, these are the few names which reflect contemporary development in the field of IPR. The importance of intellectual property and its mobility is well established and reflected at all levels including statutory, administrative and judicial. Now, let us see the scope of intellectual property. The scope of intellectual property right is broad. Two classification modes are used to determine whether IP is copyright or industrial property. Having copyright does not give you the exclusive right to an idea, but it protects the expression of ideas that are different from a patent. Copyright covers many fields, from art and literature to to scientific works and software. Even music and audio-visual works are covered by copyright laws. The duration of copyright protection exists 60 years after the death of the creator. In other words, an author book is copyrighted for his entire life and then 60 years after his death. Unlike patent laws, there is no requirement of the administrative process in the copyright laws. Industrial properties includes patent or inventions, trademarks, trade names, biodiversity, plant breeding rights and other commercial interest. A patent gives its holder the exclusive right to the use the intellectual property for the purposes of making money from the invention. An invention is itself a new creation, process, machine or manufacture. After understanding the intellectual property scope, we should also try to understand why promote and protect the intellectual property. To understand this, there are several reasons for promoting and protecting intellectual property, and some of them are: first, progress and the good of humanity remain in the ability to create and invent new works in the field of technology and culture. The second reason is IP protection encourages publication, distribution and disclosure of the creation to the public rather than keeping it a secret. Next is promotion and protection of intellectual property promote economic development, generates new jobs and industries and improves the quality of life. Intellectual property helps in balancing between the innovator interest and public interest. Provide an environment where innovation, creativity and invention can flourish and benefit all. Now let us understand rights of intellectual property. The subject of intellectual property is very broad. There are many different forms of rights that together makes up intellectual property. IP can be basically divided into two categories, that is intellectual property and industrial property. Traditionally, many IPRs were collectively known as industrial assets. It mainly consists of patents, trademarks and designs. Now, the protection of industrial property extends to utility models, service marks, trademarks, passes, signs of source or origin, including geographical indications and the suppression of unfair competition. It can be said that the term industrial property is the precedent of intellectual property. Now let us see the first type of intellectual property, that is copyright. Copyright law deals with the protection and exploitation of the expressions of ideas in a tangible form. Copyright has evolved over many centuries with respect to changing ideas about creativity and new means of communication and media. In the modern world, a law of copyrights provides not only a legal framework for the protection of traditional beneficiaries of copyright, the individual writer, composer or artist, but also the publication required for the creation of work by major cultural industries, films, broadcast and recording industry, and even computer and software industries. It resides in literary, dramatical, musical and artistic work, in original cinematic films and in sound recording set in a concrete medium. To be protected as the copyright, the idea must be expressed in original form. Copyright acknowledged both the economic and moral right of the owner. The right to the copyright is by the principle of fair use, a privilege for others, without the copyright owner's permission to use the copyrighted material. By the application of the doctrine of fair use, the law of copyright balances private and public interests. Patent law recognizes the exclusive right of a patent holder to derive commercial benefit from his invention. A patent is a special right granted to the owner of an invention to the manufacturer, use and make the innovation, provided that the invention meets certain conditions laid down in law. Exclusive right means that no person can manufacture, use or market an invention without the consent of the patent holder. This exclusive right to the patent is for limited time only. To qualify for the patent protection, an invention must fall within the scope of patentable subject and satisfy the three statutory requirements of innovation, inventive step and industrial application. As long as the patent application is the first to invent, the claim invention, the novelty and necessity are by and large satisfied. Novelty can be inferred by prior publication or prior use. Mere discovery can't be considered as an invention. Patents are not allowed for any idea of the principle. The purpose of the patent law is to encourage scientific research, new technology and industrial progress. The economic value of patent information is that it provides technical information to the industry that can be used for commercial purposes. If there is no protection, then there may be enough incentives to take a free ride at another person's investment. The ability of free riding reduces the incentive to invest something new because the investor may not feel motivated to invent due to lack of incentives. Now let us see the another IP that is trademark. A trademark is a badge of origin. It is a specific sign used to make the source of goods and services public in relation to the goods and services and to distinguish goods and services from other entities. This established a link between the proprietor and the product. It portrays the nature and quality of the product. The essential function of a trademark is to indicate the origin of the goods to which it is attached or in relation to which it is used. It identifies the product, guarantees the quality and helps advertise the product. The trademark identifies the product, guarantees quality and helps advertise the product. The trademark is also objective symbol of goodwill that a business has created. Any sign or any combination thereof capable of distinguishing the goods or services of any other undertaking is capable of creating trademark. It can be combination of a name, word, phrase, logo, symbol, design, image, shape, color, personal name, letter, number, figurative element and color as well as any combination representing a graph. Trademark registration may be indefinitely renewable. Now we are going to see IP, geographical indication. Geographical indication is a name or sign used on certain products which corresponds to the geographic location or origin of the product. The use of geographical location may act as the certification that the product possesses certain qualities as per the traditional method. For example, basmati rice or Darjeeling tea. The relationship between object and the place becomes so well that any reference to that place is reminiscent of the goods originating there and vice versa. It performs three functions. Firstly, they identify the goods as origin of a particular region or that region or locality. Secondly, it suggests to consumers that goods come from region where a given quality, reputation or other characteristic of the goods are essentially attributed to their geographical origin. And thirdly, they promote the goods of producers of a particular region. They suggest the consumer that the goods come from their area where a given quality, reputation or other characteristic of goods are essentially attributable to the geographical region. It is unnecessary that the product obtain its quality and reputation from the place, since those properties depend on the geographical location of the production. A specific link exists between the product and the place of origin. Geographical indications are protected under the Geographical Indication of Goods Registration and Protection Act 1999. Let us see now IPR industrial design. It is one of the form of IPR that protects the visual design of the object which is not purely utilized. It consists of the creation of features of shape, configuration, patterns, ornamentation or composition of lines or colors applied to any article in 2 or 3 dimensional forms or combination of one or more features. Design protection deals with the outer appearance of an article including decoration, lines, colors, shape, texture and material. It may consist of 3-dimensional features such as color, shapes and shape of the article, or 2-dimensional features such as shapes or surface structure or other combination. Now we are going to see last IPR, that is plant variety. A new variety of plant breeder is protected by this state. To be eligible for the plant diversity protection, diversity must be novel, distinct and similar to the existing varieties and is essentially characteristics under the Plant Protection and Protection Act 2001 should be uniform and stable. A plant breeder is given a license or special right to do the following in relation to the different types of promotional material, in which first comes produce and reproduce the material, condition the material for the purpose of propagation, offer material for sale, sell the materials, export the material, import the material, the stocks of goods for the above purposes. Typically, countries are protecting new plants, varieties through the sui generis system. The general purpose of conservation of is to encourage those who intend to manufacture, finance or exploit such product to serve these purposes, particularly where they otherwise do not work at all. The enactment of the Protection of Plant Varieties and Farmers' Right Act 2000 is an outcome of India's obligation which arose from Article 27(3)(b) of the TRIPS Agreement of 2001, which obliges members to protect the plant varieties either by the patent or by effective sui generis system or by any combination thereof. India declined to protect plant varieties by sui generis law, that is the Plant Varieties Act. This is all about the IPR, and now we will understand how an average person is benefited by IPR. There are many benefits of acquiring intellectual property rights. For example, we can say that it increases the market value of one's business, that is, IP can generate income for business through licensing, selling or commercializing the protected product or services. This in turn can improve person's stock market or increase profit. In case of sale, merger or acquisition, registered and protected IP assets can increase the value of that person's IP holder's business. Another benefit is convert idea into profitable asset. IP can help to convert creative ideas into commercially successful products and services. For example, licensing, patent or copyright can result in steady stream of royalties and additional income that can result in profitable assets. Next benefit is market the products and services of the business. IP is necessary to create an image for business like trademark, logo or design of product. So it will help in differentiating the product and advertisement and promote it to the customer. Next benefit is increase export opportunity for the business. IP can increase the competition in export market. One can use their brands and design for marketing foreign goods and are looking for franchising agreements which foreign companies or to export patented product. Consumer won't be confident buying means without the product or reliable services. International trademark protection and enforcement machinery to discourage counterfeiting and piracy. With this, we can move to the conclusion. Intellectual property rights are monopoly rights that grant temporary privileges to their holders for the exclusive exploitation of income rights from cultural expression and inventions. There must be good reason for a society to grant such a privilege to some of its individuals, and so proponents of these rights provide us with three widely accepted justifications to protect today's global intellectual property rights. It is clear that management of IP and IPR is multidisciplinary task and calls for many different functions and strategies that need to be aligned with national laws and international treaties and practices. It is no longer fully driven from a national point of view. Different forms of IPR demands different treatment. Handling, planning and strategies and individual engagement with different domain knowledge such as science, engineering, medical, law, finance, marketing and economics. Intellectual property rights have social, economic, technical and political implications. Leading rapid technology, globalization and competition to protect against infringement of innovations with the help of IPRs such as patent, trademarks, service marks, industrial design registrations, copyrights and trade secrets, but there is still a violation of intellectual property rights. The government is also taking measures to stop them. There are laws regarding the prevention of infringement of industrial protection rights. That's all. Thank you.